Heya guys, this is TheGirlHow, and right now I'm gonna play this game called What's Your Name, which is a short otome game about you, and basically you can reveal your name to these people, or I guess creatures is actually the better word to say, or else you could probably turn up dead or something like that. Something like that, not that important, but that's the big note. So yeah, let's begin. So now we gotta type in our name. MCIP retrieving applicant. Greetings. After overlooking your application, the council has decided that you have met the requirements to be part of the mythical creature integration program. MCIP. Before we assign your potential life partner, there are only a few questions you need to answer to narrow down your choices. Within a few minutes, we'll get back to you with the results after you answer the questions. Please be as honest as possible. Question 1. What kind of pet would you prefer? So I think right now we have to answer the questions, and I think from there we will get assigned to a certain, I guess, from what they mentioned it, the mythical creature. So I think let's just start with whatever. Yeah, let's do that. So cute, huggable. Question 2. How we discipline a child? Take away their toys and electronics. No dessert for the ungrateful brats until they learn their lesson and properly apologize. I'll get permission from their parents first. I usually make them eat broccoli. No leaving the house. Everything is confiscated. No playtime with the pets either. And assigned pet cleanup duty for a month. Damn. We're still kind of strict though. But I'll just get the parents' permission because I don't know what to do. Question 3. What are willing to spend a lot of money on? Bunnies. Owning them, spoiling them, being the best owner possible. My tattoo parlor, and I guess helping out my siblings with their kids. Other than paying on my student loans, I don't know. My parents taught me to save and not spend willy-nilly. Yeah. Question 4. What are you most afraid of other than monsters? My family falling apart? Failure in reaching my ambitions? Being alone. That's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. Being alone. Question 5. How skillful are you at lying? There's no lying in my career. The moment a lie is discovered, you're blacklisted in every company for life. When a police officer is a dad, you learn a thing here and there. I try to set an example for my nieces and nephews. I can admit things to me that they still believe in Santa, but also things to me they also know there's no Easter bunny. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I probably am like that. As a reminder, in your application you signed that you would take full responsibility of your protection and well-being. What? Okay, so I'm responsible for whatever happens, so they are like, okay, you know what, if something happens to you, not a problem. Remember at all times to never give away your name. Just like the title, guys. Your goal in the first meeting is to learn their name. When they have given you their name, it is proof they have chosen you to be their life partner. Until then, do not reveal your name. You are not safe until they have given you their name first. Okay. After going through every variable, we have registered who will be your possible life partner. Possible, guys. Thank you for taking part at MCIP. see who I get. I'm really excited. So yeah, you really think about it, this game is pretty dark. I mean, you're gonna go find your life partner. Like, oh, you're gonna find your life partner. You get to meet with someone. But at the same time, but make sure that whatever happens to you is not our responsibility. So it's on you, basically. It's on you. So hopefully I do good. But yeah, I guess we'll find out more about this. But assuming we apply to a application to, I guess, meet with some type of mythical creature who could be our potential life partner. So let's see which one we got assigned to. I don't know which ones they are, but we'll find out. A woman lingered in front of the gate, pacing as she chewed her bottom lip. She wasn't expecting a mythical creature to be living in a mansion so grandiose. Then again, considering his race, maybe she should have. For a moment, she wondered if this was a mistake. It wasn't as if she were a part of those fandom worldwide. If anything, she's expected to be assigned to a completely different creature. Well, I guess we'll find out which one this creature is. From the looks of it, I think we should know. She pondered on if she should contact the NCIP to be reassigned to another creature more to her liking. Oh, which one is? What's the problem? I should also berate them for those horrendous questions. It is as if they have less for a tiny amount of. Oh. She grunted, leaning against the gate as she blew a strand of her hair. It had slipped her mind that not all mythical creatures were registered in the program. Only those interested in having a human companion join. There's a giant bug bus driver who happily married to another giant bug, and some of my purebred classmates whose parents are both creatures. I shouldn't mention the purebred thing to anyone, ever. And I did put in my application that I wanted one that lived here in the city. Guess I'll give him a chance. Well, at least that convinced me. So it's interesting. So I guess I live in a world where we have mythical creatures, from the looks of it. Besides, I talk big to my friends to get them off my back. I can't run off like a pansy or they'll never let this down. With a firm nod, she walked to the intercom, pressing the button firmly. It didn't take long for a low baritone voice to float out. The Lampir. Ah, my fair shikari has made her decision. Come in, my sweet. My booty held in her flinch as the gaze parted, a bit disturbed to hear he was watching her through the cameras. The doors were wide open. A tall man with his arm reached out to her, standing inside. Fast. Come, my chickadee, as you must know, this body of mine cannot stand the sun rays. So he's actually a vampire? I mean, it says Lampir, but I'm assuming that's similar to a vampire. And from the looks of it, it does seem like that. My buddy didn't take his hand, instead taking in her surroundings. The closing door didn't bother her. The inside remained brightly lit. Does my humble ambon please you? If you remain by her side, simply staring at her expression. There was a distance they kept, a firm wall between them. He may have invited her into his home, but he wasn't willing to push the boundaries in their first meeting. This meeting that will decide whether he wanted her or not. Right now, she couldn't bother either way. If you knew I was out there for so long, why not say something or anything? I could have been a terrible thief pretending to need help or something. A thief, you say? That's right. I'll pretend that my car broke down, then wander in front of your gate to look as if I'm in trouble. I'll ask to use your phone because mine's broken, dead, or at home to call for a tow card. Then, while your back's turned, I could shoot you, stab you, drug you, so on and so forth. You humans and your need for violence. He sighed, tilting his head backwards as he turned his gaze to a random spot on the ceiling. In the earlier centuries, you were far more interesting. These years, though, you use those ridiculous rocks. No longer do I see the bodies dancing, moving about as airline pulses through them, blood dribbling down the blades, tantalizing us to have a taste. Only the humans are able to hold on, gripping onto that mysterious lifeline as the blade remains plunged into their bodies. He sure likes to talk a lot. Ah, pardon me, I was merely. He slaps the back of his hand onto his forehead. The other swung behind him as he flared out his finger, reminiscing. Did he just. He remained in the post, not moving a single centimeter. It was only a few minutes later that he opened his eye, spotting the woman staring at him, blanking. He quickly returned to a more normal pose, waving his hand for her to follow him. Come this way. It's only proper that I, as a generous host, allow you to relax within my home. She was led into his study, spotting a computer in the corner. Curious, she started to walk towards it, holding the bun to his chest. He spun her around, bringing her to a leather chair and popping her down. Excuse me while I bring you refreshments. My booty quickly turned around, barely able to see him speed out of the room. Her eyes drifted to the computer, noting it was still on. Only the monitor was off. Curiosity spiked inside of her. Glancing to the entrance and guessing how long it will take to get drinks, she rushed over to the computer and pressed the on button. You're gonna snoop to see? Interesting. She turned it back off, languidly returning to the chair. In no time at all he returned, albeit more slowly. He carefully placed a tray of tea and cookies on the coffee table. She easily saw him glance at the computer, pretending that she didn't notice. As she nibbled on the cookie, her doubts began to bubble. Just from these few minutes, her suspicions of this not working grew. It's one thing that he's a Lampir, but to be subscribed to a fashion website? What kind of guy does that? The cookie tasted a bit too sweet for her liking. Reaching up for the cup of tea, carefully she lifted out the saucer, lightly blowing. As she sipped, the Lampir intertwined his fingers, watching her. Is the taste pleasing to you? She nodded, slipping his cup remained untouched, laying still beside his glasses. His glasses. The tea turned cold on her tongue. Her hand forced himself to stay still as she placed the cup back on his saucer. She could feel his eyes on her. My little shikari, you this thing you see, correct? Totally. Oh, what the heck? I was good. I was good. I was good. I didn't leave. It is so revealing to hear. It has been quite some time since I last have guests. I wouldn't wish for you to get lost within these halls. Totally. I have a talent, man. I just picked the second option. I hope I'm doing good. I'm not the noisy type. Those sessions with Pops came pretty useful, I guess. He twists down my hair around his fingers, humming a bit. So soft and quite healthy. My brain flinched away, uncomfortable with anyone touching her hair. Enough of that. Flattery will get you nowhere. He put his glasses back in place. So, my sweet little shikari, do you have any plans for this evening? Or were you hoping to keep me all to yourself within my mansion? Well, He instantly shuts her, fingers on her lips. I'm sorry, my shikari, but as much as I would love to fulfill your every need here within my home, it would be far too much of a sin to keep this voluptuous body within these walls. The sun's still out. He leans over her, fingers tracing her cheek as he looks into her eyes. Then your caretaker shall remain here to stay away in your cage. catering to your every whim. Tell me about yourself then. If we're going to be stuck together for the rest of my life, best to find out when we're a good fit. The Lampir flipped his hair over his shoulder. Elegantly sitting across from her, he propped a foot up on his leg, seemingly relaxing against his hand as he stared at her. Of course, it is the whole point of our matchmaking. I suppose I was so nervous to meet my chickadee that simply telling you the gorgeous tale of my past slipped my mind. I like that cute little nickname, chickadee. You don't have to go. I still recall the centuries before I experienced my first natural death. Those years so many fools believed I was a mere werewolf. Ha! The very thought always tickled me enough to spare their lives. Werewolves are far more barbaric than my kind. It is only expected that humans would fear their kind. You take the 4-on-1 though. Correct, but I retain my mind. I don't fall victim to their berserker trait. The need to slash my claws seep into flesh. Then what do you do as a werewolf if you were so humble and crap? I was hoping for more recent details. Hobbies you enjoy, places you go to once the sun is down, any possible pet peeves, that sort of thing. Besides, it will be impossible to tell me all the experiences you had before I was even born. His poses fumbled, eyes were circling at her words. You alright? I guess so. How foolish of me. A mere retelling would take far longer than the time that was allotted. Yes, by the time we finish, I'll be regaling the stories to our great. Yes, I am immortal and will die before you got even 1/16 of your autobiography completed. That cursed MCIP. Only allowing us these few precious milliseconds together. So they actually are time? Then why not use the time we do have to properly get to know each other? You have more than a study here in your mansion, don't you? Unless you normally sleep the day away and the room are just here collecting dust. His body froze, the minutes ticking by before he could finally rise from his seat. To be Persian herb. Before she knew it, he swept her off her feet, her surroundings blurred until it suddenly stopped. She shrieked as her butt hit the floor. Scrambling to get up, she glared up at the Lampir. Tears were dripping down his cheeks. Dust everywhere. I'm a complete fool. How many years has it been since I talked to my maids? And he's crying over dust? Wonderful. Simply wonderful. My booty covered her mouth when she saw him hugging a pilot, rubbing his face against it. My precious home, I'm so sorry. Nothing I can say would ever be enough for your forgiveness. I had never meant to neglect you. Don't worry, I, as your fabulous master, will restore you to your wondrous beauty. What? My chickadee, come. We must journey to the supply closet. This dust is unsightly and I can no longer stand its presence. We're going to spend our day together cleaning your mansion? Correct. Well, that's a good first date. He appeared before her in the flesh. Her right hand gently cradled between his eyes piercing hers. After all, if you're the one the NCIP chooses for me, you'll be living here from tomorrow on, will you not? Oh crap. You do realize it will take more time to clean this, I'm assuming. Her hand slipped on his, the Lampir crossing his arms. As much as it pains to admit it, you're right. His eyes slid over to her, having a slight twinkle. It is relieving to hear there's a mind behind those willful eyes of yours. Do you think I was one of those stupid airheads? Of course not. It's just with the NCIP, they're more of a popularized blind date agency. Unfortunately, they're also the only one available for us mythical creatures that give us a chance with you humans. I get what you mean. It's one thing reading traits on paper where people can write bull, and another actually meaning them. The Lampir zipped his fingers, pointing at her. Aha! You truly are suited for me, for we are the same wavelength. Mabuti only rolled her eyes, smirking a bit. So, genius, got another bright idea in there? He thought for a moment, twirling as he cried out, then stopped when a pose as his hair whipped out around him. Mabuti slapped her hand over her mouth, barely able to control in a couple sneakers. Of course! Why didn't I think of it before? He skipped over to the piler, hugging him once more. The restoration of our home will be a project, one we can work on together once we married. Oh, I'm a genius. Restoration? He nodded, flicking his hair as he catwalked back to her. As marvelous as my bond is, its current state is unsuitable for a lady just like yourself. My chickadee deserves only the finest of cages. You said cage twice now. Wouldn't this matching be more like a aviary? His eyes twinkled, fingers dancing across her skin, hand clasping gently over her shoulder. Does my chickadee wish to fly? Yeah, I actually do. My booty's skin twinkled. Pushing down the blush, she couldn't let her guard down. Despite his human-like appearance, he was still a mythical creature, and all of them were dangerous. Even the fairies and elves that children love so much. She would never admit to anyone that she was once an elf-loving child herself. I actually like fairies, so that actually ruined my imagination. But I feel like that's pretty known. Like a lot of mythical creatures have like dark, like backstories, or they're actually dark stories around them. Because in movies they make them appear as like, oh, they're nice, they're beautiful, but then there's other movies that also depict them as dark, horrible, scary, things like that. But that apparently was the true versions. Anyway, I'm not going to stay stuck up in here if I choose to marry you. He chuckled, taking a few strands of my booty's hair and I kissed them. Touchy touch. If that's what my chickadee wish, chickadee. Since we're not going to clean and we can't go out, how do you want to spend the day together? We can't sit in the study for a tea time and nothing else. We can't reschedule either. We could always. He threw one hand to the ceiling, the other pointed down as he shifted his hips somewhat awkwardly. Do the tango on my ballroom ceiling? Yeah, you know what? I always want to do a tango on the ceiling. This is perfect. Yeah, no, I'll die. Oh yes, the blood will go to your fragile human brain. And even attempting to dance with you in the air will only result in broken bones. Finally, he's losing his brain. We can always just dance normally on the floor. The Lampir froze for a moment, a grin growing on his face. Uh-oh. When in seconds he lifted her into his arms, the world blurring by again. My booty had to hold on to him when he suddenly stopped, a bit lightheaded. Welcome, my chickadee, to my ballroom. My booty fluttered her eyes, regaining her senses. Slowly she releases her grip, eyes skimming around the spacious room. It's alright, I guess. Okay. It's alright. Yeah, let's say that. It's fine. His eyes flapped for a bit, speechless. My booty simply looked around. No gates of wonder or plenty of room for us to dance in. But I don't see any speakers, so how will we play music? I understand they're kind of skipping up with the modern world. Yeah, it's things like this that show you're still old-fashioned. Oh, oh, old-fashioned, you say? The furniture I've seen so far are godly. The carpets don't match with the decor. Your desktop is to the study is on its last legs. Okay, so we're kind of feeling like an interior designer now. So it looks bad, basically. The Lampire couldn't find himself to think of a proper response. Basically, we're calling his taste bad. And the bathroom is a similar state to the last room we were in. There's cobwebs covering up the mural on the ceiling. The lighting is dim, probably because the light bulbs are dead. And the floor looks grimy. When the curtain's blocking the windows, I feel more like I'm in a haunted house. A haunted house, you say? My booty pondered for a moment. What should I say? Walking around the ballroom as she examined his filth. If I didn't know better, I would have guessed you did this on purpose. But with how you've been levitating off the floor this whole time, are you a germaphobe? He acted as if she slapped him. Freezing in place, his eyes remained unmoving, not even breathing. Rolling her eyes, my booty marched back over to him and tucked him back to the floor. Eee. The Lampire flew in the air. Oh, he got like, ah! He was like, so he is. The Lampire flew into the air, arms wrapped around himself. His eyes started everywhere, pouncing when he noticed my booty's laughter. The Lampire flew into the air, arms wrapped around himself. His eyes darted everywhere, pouncing when he noticed my booty's laughter. Holy crew you are! Ha ha ha! Her body doubled over, trembling with each laugh. Then she stopped, eyebrows scrunching up. Wait, if you were a germaphobe, you wouldn't have hugged that piler. He gulped, daring to voice his question. What of the piler? Oh, okay, so maybe he is, but... I put it pointing at the right side of her face. While nuzzling it, you got dust all over your cheek and hair. Not to mention your clothes from hugging it. Twice. Oh my gosh. A definite screech filled her head. With a blink, he was gone. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh. Oh, that is a horrible noise. My booty stumbled to the floor, closing her eyes. She forced herself to breathe slowly, wanting the ringing to stop. She wanted to stay crouched over, but the dust was unbearable. Groaning, she forced herself up and reopened her eyes. Oh, okay, it calmed down. Step by step, she approached the open doors. She nearly tripped a few times. Her sense of balance completely off. My booty needed to find a room with sensible windows. What she needed the most right now was fresh air. After reaching the entrance, she leaned against the wall to her left, sliding against it slowly. She still couldn't hear, only that dang ringing. Please don't come back. When each room she peeked in, she could only click her tongue. Rolling her back in her head would only increase the pain. But the sixth room, her feet faltered, eyes quickly shutting as she tried to ready herself to hit the floor. She fell to a soft blanket, her forehead bumping into a firm chest. My booty's eyes started up. The Lampire lips were moving, and he wasn't wearing his glasses. Oh, I just pushed him. I don't like this time limit is not it. He frowned, a tinge of sadness flashing into his eyes. My booty felt a flash of guilt, but still didn't feel comfortable around him. Not only that sudden freak out, if he reacted like that just by being covered by dust, she didn't want to imagine it. His moving lips attracted her attention, but still she couldn't hear. My buddy wondered he even knew that she couldn't hear a single word. Might as well try to tell him somehow. Before she could open her mouth, the vampire had approached her again, only more slowly, the blanket in his hands looking very comfortable. My buddy let him pick her up, wrap up into the warm blanket. It was difficult to look into the eyes or anything in particular. The sudden movements would make her head drop again, shutting her eyes at the pain. She expected to feel the word whiz by again, bracing for a pounding headache. She waited and waited, yet nothing. Confused, she cautiously opened her eyes. But it clearly saw them passing paintings and other decorations, yet she didn't feel the sway of his body. It was only when she looked up at that she got her answer. He was flying. His glasses were back on his face, swinging side to side to avoid pilots popping up everywhere in the hallway. Still, though, he flew on, ignoring the times his feet would nick a statue or a corner. Maybe I should stop comparing him to those stupid vampire stereotypes. Okay, so he is part of a vampire. So I guess the word is lampire. That's interesting to know. Before she could get lost in her thoughts, my buddy was laid across the couch. She recognized the room, spotting the old desktop in the corner. The tea and cookies were still on the table, probably cold by now. I will still eat them. The blanket remained wrapped around her as the vampire gently placed a small pillow beneath her head. His mouth was still moving, yet she still couldn't understand what he was trying to tell her. This is a study, so there should be... She spotted a pen and printer paper. Tugging at her arm, my buddy pointed to them. Finally, he understood. He went over to a desk where there was a few books laid about. Opening a drawer, taking out a pencil and notebook, the vampire returned to her side. I can't hear. Well, I can't hear you. Only this really annoying ringing. Thankfully, it's gone. I'm blessed for that. I should probably save too. And I just did. Oh my gosh. He frowned, getting a pencil of his own to reply to her. My sincerest apologies. I never would have thought I could have ever reacted like that back in the ballroom. His face flushed into a shade of pink, clearly embarrassed. My first step during the century when I could only turn to a werewolf, it was on Hunter's silver arrival that brought me down. His hand paused, gripped tightly the paper. The pencil. He quickly regained his composure though, returning the pencil to the paper. It was a plague that killed me. I was in my human form, so the mortals never found out my true nature. When I had revived, I awoke in a mass grave. The sight, the smell, everything was unbearable. To wake up covered in blood and bile, surrounded by these decomposing corpses, it's an unforgettable memory. The vampire hand shook, his pupils constricting. Betty took a deep breath, trying placing her hand upon his. For the first time, she properly looked into his eyes. It seemed to surprise him, and Mabuti only blushed when he gave her a shy smile. Curiosity bubbled inside of her, turning to an empty page. So, I'm curious. You're a vampire and lived for centuries? Why are you suddenly looking for a love now? And with humans? I'm not exactly going to be living the rest of eternity with you if I choose to say yes. I had tried seeing others of my kind. They wouldn't stay long, claiming I'm too much of a buffoon for them. Perhaps I was hoping to find a love I saw between two humans long ago. That's a special trait for you humans. the way you strongly show your affections. In our world, living for so long, it's normal for some to eventually be bored of each other. Oh, it's pretty sad. So, my shikari, what of you? Is it perhaps you're being forced to? Otherwise, you'll end up in an arranged marriage? Yeah, what is our reason for doing this? If we know that we know the risk involved in this. I mean, we don't really get like an answer, right? My buddy hardly got a chance to write her reply. The Lampir hands scribbling at a fast pace. Hold on. Or maybe you're distrust our human smells. That's not. Don't tell me it's because you're fading to die soon. We're hoping to be healed since we're creatures know all. My buddy pulled his ear. Like, listen to me. His face making it obvious it was a bit painful. Slightly agitated, she turned to another page, slowly releasing his ear. Can it be so hard to believe I joined only because I wanted to? There's no deep reason. Yeah, others say it's stupid since it's only one date, but I had the right to say yes or no. Besides, they never break the small print. To ensure the parent and optimal, the couple are given a 6-month time period to plan the wedding together. If at any point in that time period either the couple wishes to call it off, the CIP will respect the wishes and end the engagement. "6 months? We do not wed tomorrow? You schemed the contract?" Yes? There was a pause, didn't know what to write. Eventually the vampire continued. I have something that'll return your hearing. After living for a couple centuries, you learn some alchemy here and there. I always keep a bottle of healing with me, in case of emergencies. However, the smell taste is less than pleasant. I shall go get a cup and snack to help with the taste. With his usual grace, he took her hand and placed a soft kiss. Then he vanished in his usual blur. My buddy brought her hand to her face, wishing her blush would go away. Ooh. The Lampir wasn't gone for long. 10 minutes at the most, he treated her like a doll, bringing a cup to her lips. My buddy tried not to gag at the smell, gulping it down all at once. She was grateful when he gave her an apple, desperately biting into it. By the time she finished it off, her eyelids were heavy. Her vision started to get blurry, barely able to make out what the Lampire was saying. One of the effects is sleep. By the time you awaken, your hearing shall be restored. I'll have you rest here in the study when there's clean. When you wake up, just ring the bell nearby. My buddy couldn't even yawn, dropping up into a pleasant dream. So it's very interesting, honestly. Just saying. Oh my gosh. I'm nervous I'm gonna get a bad ending, but I don't know. I could have to find out. I haven't read how many endings there are, to be honest. I haven't. I just know that in the game you get to meet different types of people, or I guess mythical creatures. And we just met one of them, but although there's others as well, so we had to play them to see. We'll have to find out, I guess. Her arms flew out, squeaking as she fell to the floor. The blanket softened the impact, but it couldn't prevent her head bumping to the table leg. Ugh, I hate that noise. Stop with that noise. My buddy grumbled, slapping her hands on the coffee table to feel around for the bell. It was easily found, giving it a ring. Nah. Ha. By the time she set herself up, the Lampire appeared before her. He had propped a foot onto a footstool, eyes closed as he reaches his hand to the ceiling, palms upward. The rubber gloves, boots, bandana, and apron burned into her retinas. That's all frogs. Your caretaker is here, my chickadee. Please, won't you fill my ears with your sweet song? I'm on the floor, And you look ridiculous in your frog outfit. And I thought you wanted us to work on this cleaning project together as a couple. Yeah, that was part of our date, to clean. 1 second he was still posing, the next he was on the floor in front of her holding her hands. His eyes sparkle, radiant pure happiness. You mean to say truly we're considering restoring the mansion together with me? Like those newlyweds who go out to stores to pick out paints, patterns, arguing over furniture replacement, and makeup with lots of coloring? If this is something we both have to consent to, and it's probably something we should talk about later, if we both agree to this match. My buddy hauled in her swords when he was about to flip his hair and froze at the side of the glove. He hastily slipped out the gloves, undoing the bandana and apron. They fell to the floor around him, easily forgotten. I will keep that. The boots, however, remained on. Curiosity enough, his outfit was the exact same as the clothes he was wearing before she fell asleep. Either he has duplicate clothes or I was long out enough for him to get them washed and dry. As suspected, he flipped his hair, his eyes meeting with hers. Why will you not agree? Surely we had gone out to town a little spared sooner were my golden locks. It takes more than blonde hair to get a girl's attention. Oh, but mine's are far more radiant than even the sun itself. When I walk out with the moon shining upon me, it glitters brighter than ever with those minuscule stars. But you can't really go out at night. How will you know it's... I speak of my time before I was reborn. My son of fiction only came to be after my death. Right. She started to get up, the Lampir hand holding her in place. I'm okay now, you know. I don't need to pick up or anything. Truly though, your voice is far sweeter than the others in my little chickadee. You still barely know me. Heck, I still didn't get to hear much about you now. You really should pace yourself. You might be sweet on me now until you discover... Why are you so intent on keeping down your mask? I'm not wearing a mask. I'm just using common sense. He sighed, gripped tightly on her shoulders, but Buddy wanted to shrug them off, feeling uncomfortable with his stare. True, his glasses were still on, but she knew a vampire could charm anyone with eye contact. She couldn't afford that. There was still no trust between them. Chickadee, will you not let me into your heart? She kept her mouth shut, showing her lip. Then he started to lean in. His face drew closer and closer. I could slap him. No! What's that called? Nope. Her booty felt his finger twitch, somewhat stiff. Soon enough, he released his grip on her shoulders. I understand. I apologize for making you uncomfortable. You have to kiss me. I'm gonna... What's it called? Sorf? Not sores. I remember that phrase when I was in high school. Because I remember a friend mentioned... a classmate that I knew. That someone tried to kiss her and she was like she just moved like dodged a freaking kiss basically. And it kind of reminded me of that. It kind of does. But... I don't know what the word was. Was he really about to kiss me? It's not that I do enough for your affections. I honestly am trying. Sorry, but you're being a bit forward. A little bit forward. He chuckled dryly, shaking his head. But Buddy felt a soft kiss on her forehead, stunned. The look in his eyes made her want to retreat underneath the blanket like a small child. I won't force myself on you. When our lips finally meet, it shall be when you confess your undying love for me. She expected him to pose or flick his hair. Instead, he took her hair into his hands. And even I must admit, as gorgeous a man I am, I will remove my locks if only I could feel the softness of your hair every morning. How romantic. Dang it, why does he have to be dressed like that? It isn't fair. But Buddy would never admit that for a moment she considered making her decision right then. But she couldn't forget. She had yet to learn his name. He may speak sweet words of affection and try to endear himself toward her. Yet we can't forget that important info that we can't reveal our name. And in order to get really, official with him, we have to know his name. But she knows that she didn't earn an iota of his trust. He was still judging her, decide whether she would be his meal or his companion. Oh, we're going that far. Nobody was an ignorant, and Lampir was still a vampire. For all she knew, his adultcy was still an act to put her off guard, to reveal her name. No, I'm not going to fall for it. This all a lie, all of it. Come, let me show you. Show me what? There was a flash of something in his eyes. The world from my viewpoint. Once again, he pulled her into his arms. Again with the princess style? Would you prefer your body dangling, my chickadee? Fine. But really would appreciate it if you gave me a heads up. This is what, 4, 5 times now you're carrying me? The Lampir chuckled, and Buddy feeling his chest vibrate. He walked to the lone curtain in the study, pulling it open. It was night. I was out for that long? The Lampir unclaps the locks, pushing the window open. Then he jumped. The Buddy couldn't help gripping onto him, stomach flopping as he took into the air. Higher he flew, the sink of cold air giving her goosebumps. The Lampir went beyond the mansion, gliding over the town she lived in. She heard him greeting other creatures that were in the inn as well. What? Oh, hello. What? Hey. Faintly, she overheard snickers as they passed the creatures. A Buddy burst out laughing, making the Lampir pounce. What? Am I not amenable enough to my fellow neighbors? You're still wearing the frog boots. His reference. Oh my gosh. I skip. What? Oh gosh. Actually, I saved, so let me go back here. You're still wearing the frog boots. His red face only made it worse. A Buddy howling with wild laughter. She beat her head against his chest, unable to stop herself. You're gonna fall. He was far too embarrassed to ask her to stop, staring straight ahead as he continued gliding. It took some time for her golf fud to subside. Still giggling as she stopped hitting him. Her eyes drifted up to his face, wanting to see he was still pouting. Dang it. It was as if nature was against her. The moon perfectly placed so his light would make her hair glitter around him. His hair action, not mine. Either that or I'm seeing things. Hair doesn't sparkle. Still, it wouldn't make any teen swoon. She couldn't admit that much. Glad he couldn't see her pink cheeks. The Buddy looked down below at her hometown. Beautiful, is it not? Are you trying to butter me up? I'm sure the countryside city will look far more eye-catching. Oh ho, try not to act biased here at home? It's pure fact. Sure, we live next to an ocean, but it's not as if it was a sight from up here that made me decide to make this town my home a century ago. You may believe it as not as bountiful in nature or lively as a city, but that night, in my eyes, it glowed brighter than even myself. He removed his glasses, giving it to her. These lenses, they're simply glass with light scratches. I only wish to see the most wondrous of things. Everything else can remain with their blights and unsightly stains. Not to interrupt, but blight is a plant disease. The Lampir paused, nearly levitating in place. Is it? Yep, I'll just pretend that you meant tarnish or something. My chickadee, surely by now you can see that I truly wish to pamper you, cherish you. Stop it. Wait, there's something I need to tell you. When we were writing the book, I sort of lied. The Lampir stared at her, eyes unblinking. You lied? Yeah. I did sort of do this on my what? My volition. But only because I was tired of my friends making fun of me. They are sort of boyfriends, always bragging that the guys were mythical creatures. Date. But only the agency allows it, only for marriage. Doesn't stop anyone from casually dating. And I read that they can make requests to be parent of the program. Anyway, I'm getting on point. I'm sorry. You reveal a big part of your past and I wrote bullcrap that isn't fair for you. If you want to end this, I understand. And I did look at your computer. Sorry for invading your privacy too. So if I want to let it go. He shook his head, a gentle look in his eyes. I could tell you've been lying. I was waiting to see you will reveal yourself. His face drew close, eyes drawn to her. Why is the music kind of intense? What? Yes, it is you. With you, the loneliness fades away. Oh no, here comes the cheesiness. Gotta stay strong before he hooks me. The remaining years, I will remain by your side. Even after your passing, I will never look for another. Even if we never have younglings, I will be content, if only to have you by my side. This corny romantic stuff isn't going to win me over. His face was leaning close again, my booty trying to force her head back. I won't turn you. No. You will remain as my chickadee. My chickadee. You humans view your short lives as a precious, and I won't bring you the pain of watching others perish while you remain young. She felt his arms positioning her closer, seeing a glint from a flame poking out as it slowly grow. Crap. The vampire eyes locked with hers, my booty unable to struggle. They were high up in the air. Wrong one move and she'll plummet to the ground. Oh gosh, not this. Just submit to allow herself to be caged, my chickadee. That's a nice way to phrase it. Yeah, come, stay with me so I could lock you up. What did I do? Don't tell me. I'll save this right now, actually. Oh, no. I'll save this. Your hands are so free. Push his face away. I'm just gonna stare. I didn't click nothing. I'm just gonna be like, why is the background somber or a little creepy? My booty eyes gaze over, completely entranced. You belong to me, only you. Only you. When I wish to beyond you, you will not resist me. She faded, nodding. Oh no. Well, I guess now we know what happens when we don't pick an option. I guess this. No other male can glance at you. You are to remain with me for eternity. I to keep your soul somewhere safe, while your body is display. I will find other bodies for your soul to inhabit. It is an easy task. Oh gosh. So it's gonna keep me alive. I guess he'd lie anyways, so he is gonna keep me alive in some way. By putting my soul in different bodies. All I need is your name. Oh, I can't tell her my name. My name? Yes. No, I don't wanna. Don't stare at me like that. I like it when I'm romantic and now you're going all creepy and stuff. Oh gosh, those eyes. His eyes bore into hers, not breaking contact. I want to see how close up it could go. I'm not doing this, by the way. It's not me. It's actually the game doing this. Oh, nice eyes. They're all black and I see the red background. Gosh, if we tell our name, it is doom at this point. His eyes bore into hers, not breaking contact. You wish to live forever by my side as a human, do you not? I promise not to change you. This is the only way to stay by my side. As a trick? Nope. Pledge me your soul. Tell me your name. Okay, we told him our name. God dang it. Gosh dang it. My name is... My booty. Hello, my name's my booty. Like my name? What a pretty name. I will enjoy hearing it on my lips for the next few decades. Do not worry, my chickadee. The NCIP will never find us. It is only you and I for eternity. Always! Oh, what he ate. That's delicious. Oh, well, apparently the NCIP found out or something. Subject L-S21 has gone rogue. MCEE has been dispatched. An applicant is found alive. NCVR will be contacting ASAP. Oh god, those code names are getting to me. I'm assuming subject L-S21 is actually the Lampir. Practically the vampire. Oh my gosh. I guess MCEE is probably mythical creature something. And it says MCVR be contacting ASAP. Maybe like the police or investigators, I don't know. And to further notice, applicant is declared dead within the MCIP. Okay, well, I'm dead. What the heck? Did not remove applicant missing. If the body is found, contact ECC so they can remove all traces of my booty. Oh, even I'm alive? Superiors have voted to have all of our subjects with classifications L-S eradicated immediately. Remove the L-S subjects strictly. Do not allow other mythical creatures to discover the existence of any MCEE members. If there is a discovery, silence and report to higher-ups. Now moving on to the MCIP assignments. Continue assigning applicants to their classification as to not catch the media attention. Meeting is adjourned. Worst ending. Okay, we got the worst ending. So basically, I say nothing or do nothing. Okay, well, that's good to know. That's interesting. I want to see if we can tell them more about this MCIP place. That's interesting. I guess, not the fact that I'm freaking dead or something, but the fact that obviously we know there's something dark going on in this program. It's supposed to be us finding love, but at the same time, we could die, so it's pretty much a risk. And basically, we lost. So let's continue. We're not done. We're gonna get the best ending. And how we do that, I have no idea. Okay, let's pick something. I feel like if I push his face, I'm gonna get pissed, so let's close my eyes. Embrace what's gonna happen to us. Let it happen. Booty kept a firm grip on his clothes, trusting him to keep her safe. For a moment, she thought she felt his breath on her face. Instead, she felt his lips brush against her earshell. His voice was soft and gentle, almost afraid. My name? It is Sixth. Okay, we finally know his name, which is the whole point of the game, is to find out their name. Which means that we actually did good now. We got a good ending, right? She opened her eyes wildly beating. He trusted her. Pops would probably be furious at what I'm about to do. I will worry about him later. I am a booty. My Pops thought of it, making my mom pretty annoyed. Six eyes. I'm a booty. Six eyes sparkle, swirling the two of them around the air as he shouted with glee. Look upon me, world. The emphasis I have found my moon goddess, the keeper of my heart, my sweet little chickadee. Hey, don't be announcing it to everyone. My mom will be pissed if our neighbors found out before she did. Your mother? Will she approve of me? After you're freaking... Yeah, totally. Of course it never happened in this part. My buddy pretended to think. Hiding her smile, she started panicking about what close to her and what pose she should make when she opens the door. Wait, you were deciding how to pose yourself? I had to impress you somehow, as much as I loathed to admit it. My gorgeous looks don't attract attention simply by standing around. I had to have flair, stand out, make the world notice me. Save that posing for when I'm falling ground. Oh, do not worry, my moon goddess. Nothing can tear from my grasp. Um, if you'd be so kind, can you return my glasses? Wait, I still have your glasses? Why? You say you don't need them to see. I was just saying, but I need it. Six tried to look away. A blush spread into his neck. Your beauty, with the moon shimmering as it brighter lands on your ebony lock, it blinds me. The booty hands instantly went to her curly hair. Someone self-conscious about it. It was flattered when he had kissed it earlier in the study. This poofy hair of mine? Your eyes must. Truly, my booty, you humans always spread about your lips. Try as you might, no one ever look as half as beautiful as myself. Gee, thanks. Six has been guiding Lore, stopping upon a cliff. He kept them a safe distance from the edge, tilting her head to face him. But to me, you shine far brighter than I could ever hope. Well, if I don't get to see you now. Your eyes. They are what drew me to you the moment we met. You reminded me of a young girl during the time of the plague. She had gotten sick with the others. Still, she remained strong and determined. Every morning she would placid on a smile and clean herself, sweeping the floor of the bakery her beloved own. That girl had a lovely glow around her until the day she perished. To see her beloved break down once she passed, it left a strong impression on me. I left her beloved alone the next night with distractions. I took her body out of the mass grave. She deserved better than to be drawn in there. I was pleased to see he visited the grave I created for her. And once he passed, I buried him there too. Wait, so were you alone with this bigger girl or what? He shook his head, chuckling. Far from it, more like longing? I wanted someone with just passion and eyes to be with me too. Someone to be there with me when the time comes eventually. When the time comes, not right now. Six super into his arms, carrying like a bride. Oh, that's so cute. I like this. We get to see how the MC looks like. Yep, this is MC Booty right here. Six sleeper in his arms, carrying her like a bride. Anyway, to think I would be paired with someone like you, you did not turn away my touch even after hurting you? How am I going to keep sprouting this sappy stuff? Does it not please you? I gave you my name. That means I agreed to do this. So just kiss me already. I can kiss you? Why are you acting shy now? I must meet your parents first. As much as I wish for our lips to finally meet, it's only proper that I tell them my intentions. 6! We got the good ending. Yay! Better than the worst ending. Reverting case. Oh, so he is subject 21. Ability, shapeshifting, hypnosis. Oh, he did do that. The shapeshifting, I don't think he did that. But he did. Yeah, he did hypnosis on me on the worst ending, so there's that. But shapeshifting? Special conditions. Practices hematop. Oh gosh. Practice hematophagy and requires regular blood intake. Displays strong bipolar systems as a result of his longevity, basically. I'm assuming how lonely he was. He killed 74. Approve? You gonna ignore that part? That he kills 74? Yeah, sounds right, I guess. Yeah, let's forget that part. Is that part of the contract too? That we know that? Honestly, I don't know why the main character decided to be part of this program. I mean, did we get a reason? Not really. I mean, she just said she wanted to, but is that really it? I don't think so. I mean, who knows? Anyway, I'm gonna actually find all the other endings of of Six actually, not the vampire. Six. That's his name now. We know his name. So let's start from the beginning. Okay. So this time, last time, I think that we did leave or something like that. Or should I just wait? Let's see what happens if we don't see nothing. And I have to skip stuff. My little shiggity. You did say your seat, correct? Oh my shiggity. Too good to reply. It is alright. Really? He poked his nose. He poked her nose. His smile remained the same. I'll forgive you for this small offense. After all, what woman wouldn't be curious to know more about me? He reclined against the couch, once again slapping his forehead with the back of his neck. None for all who laid their eyes on me can now resist. If I had known he would have done this, I would have said something. Soon he said, alright. Contacting the NCIP looks like a good idea right now. Okay. He placed his glasses back in place. So, little chickadee, do you have any plans for the evening, or were you hoping to keep me all to yourself in my mansion? Well, okay, so if we pick that option, nothing bad happens. So this is a conversation. So we're fine. Okay. So let's see what happens to pick the other option. Wait, what did I say? What did I say? I'll go back in editing, but this is the exact opposite I said. Did we admit it? The vampire sighed, shaking his head in shame. I hope that you'll be the chickadee I've been searching for. It appears that I'm wrong. What do you mean by that? He stood before her, pupils constricting as his veins grew. Why are you staring at me like that? Stop it, it's not funny. Push, 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 push. So I guess that's also. Oh, they mention he has bipolar, right? Disorder? I mean, that could probably be that, right? Got on, like. He's just switched his personality. He only stepped closer to her, staying quiet. Dude, you better back off. I mean it. Stay away, stay away, stay away, stay away. My booty cleared to her steed. Knowing there was no way she could outrun him. Stop creeping me already and stay. His face reappeared before hers, hands pinning her own hands away from each other to the chair. Do you believe I would have discovered you were lying? And that I wouldn't notice you were about to press the abort button? I wasn't. He scoffed, shaking his head. At least he provided me a meal. What? Hey, let go of me! Let go, let go! Well, he still ate me. Well, this is new. Contents report that applicant booty wristband has been returned. Subject L-S21 has contacted ECC. Parent was a father. So he actually reached out to them? Okay. Once ECC has completed their task, assign the next applicant. Oh yeah, sure. Let's move on, guys. Really bad ending. Well, that's bad too. Okay. Let's just be quiet in this response. I'm not gonna say nothing about this. He's only released on Booty's hand, sitting upright. I see. I apologize, I overstepped my boundaries. You did say earlier you wish to know more of me. And that means sure you wish to be my bride. It was wrong of me to assume so. The vampire turned away, removing his glasses as he left the lens. I suppose I could leave the cleaning till later. I can't simply abandon my guest. Of course, why didn't I think of it before? He scaled over to the piler, hugging him once more. Okay, so nothing bad happened in this one. Let's see, if we pick the other option. I should have saved it. Oh. Can you just hire more maids? It's still daytime. You could hire more people. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so pissed now. I didn't charge this day now, so... Oh well. Let's just continue. His eyes becomes dull, looking at my booty as if she were an insect. Those fools. I specifically stated in my paperwork I have no interest in a bitch's woman. So he thinks I'm like, you know, that type of people. And it's those types that are always searching for easy ways to, as you say, live the easy life. It was not an easy life, man. My booty felt her face grew hot. Oh, I'm pissed. Yeah, I'll be pissed too. Hands clenched as she stomped up to him and slapped his face. I'm nothing like those whores. He slashed her wrist, nails sticking to her skin. Let go of! The vampire slammed her against the wall, fingers grabbing her shin. Abort button, gotta push. She cried out when she felt him tear out the wristband, tossing it to the floor. You can't hurt me. The NCIP will burn you or will be on your freaking butt. Well, your booty. The booty felt her stomach drop when he chuckled, shaking his head. What happened there? You stupid little girl. You must understand the relationship between the MCIP and myself. At the very least, I never had to worry about my food supply, even if the bloody stupid ones are not very tasteful. No, he has to be lying, right? His eyes glinted, face in plain view. I hope your blood will be filling enough until my next potential bride-to-be is sent. It is a lie, it is a lie, it is a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie. Yeah. Okay, so he returns them to her wristband. Contact reports that Mabune's wristband has been returned. He also contacted them, saying that it was a failure. And then once they completed their task, I'm assuming the people are in charge of like cleaning up the mess, I guess, or like assign the next applicant. What a surprise! I got another bad ending. What a surprise! Okay, we went back to this part. Let's kick him down there and try to run away. It's not safe. Yeah, that probably not getting pissed. He slurred in outrage, tossing away the blanket. The Bunny didn't get very far. Stumbling over, he senses the blankets were too far off. Everything hurts. What did I even do wrong? He's the one who made me like this. The Bunny rolled her back, her body aching. Her head felt as if it would burst at any moment. Yet that noise is not too pleasant. Her lips were moving, but she couldn't understand a single word. The only thing she did get was the anger in his eyes. She snapped back, kicking out at him when he tried to reach for her. This is all your fault! I'm not able to hear, but I can still talk, you bastard! His hand grabbed her feet, bending back one of her toes until she swore it broke. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts! There's only the wrinkle in her ear and the ever-growing pain, hyperventilating as he dragged her body across the floor back into the room. It was only then that she remembered the wristband. Yeah, the wristband is important. Though she uses that so she could contact the people that they could come and help her. But as we all are aware at this point, it seems that there's actually kind of something shady going on. Really desperately pressed the button and she lost sight of the hallway. Someone please help me, please, please, please. The booty froze when his hand gripped her fingers, bending them backward just like he did to her toes. Her voice probably echoed through the mansion. Tears blurred her vision. Daddy, please help me. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Contest report that applicant Mabuni wristband has been returned. Again. Okay, and this subject has contacted them. Another bad ending. There's a lot of bad endings, huh? I love that. I keep forgetting to freaking save. Okay, let's do nothing. Nice sound, huh? Abeda tried to resist him, recognizing the guilt in his eyes. It was most likely he was trying to apologize, but for all she knew, he was spouting nonsense. So I guess she did try to like kick him down there, and that made it worse. So maybe he was trying to help her. His hands were gentle with her body, checking her legs and arms. I feel like an idiot. She knew they didn't mean to abandon her just as state, but her father's lessons were ingrained to her. But should had never trust anyone, not even her own family. Oh. Yet she was somewhat tempted to try trusting this eccentric Lampir fawning over her. No, not yet. I need his name first. I won't trust him just yet. Okay, so this is the same. It continues the story. So you do nothing, you just let it happen, then you get this. The same. Okay. Let me save this and I'll slap him. No! Don't freaking do that, idiot. Bus. Even though his face was turned away, I'm pretty clear he saw the anger and disappointment. Yeah. I'm sorry, but even a little heart-to-heart moment we have, I still know hardly anything about you. The Lampir scoffed, glaring at her. Showing your true colors, I see, ungrateful little girl. What? But I just said... Do you believe I will take advantage of you? Ha! Her face turned red, trying to shake off his hand, but his grip on her shoulders tightened painfully, not allowing her to slip away. You're hurting me, please let me go. I made my mistake while in the ballroom. I even used a rare potion to return your hearing to you. Yet, you spared my affection. Oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, hey, I'm sorry that you had to go that far, actually. I'm being mean. I bit into her lip, feeling very uncomfortable. I said I was sorry. Look, it's barely been a few hours and we barely know anything about each other. Yet, there's still the possible 6 months, but I had to have some pride. How much longer are you going to make excuses? Do you see playing with my affections as a game? Do you have a succubus as a friend? I'm aware that you enjoy daring human females to tease those creatures. Will you just listen? You will listen to me, little girl. My booty flinched, hands sinking to the wristband. She shrieked when his hand gripped it, screeching as he bent it slowly backwards. I abhor succubus. Thanks to damn many creatures who enter the program just as I will end up with females who only came here to prove a point. Treating us like a trophy, then tossing us aside. My booty inside sure, eyes starting down. His hand had paused from beneath hers, there still. I knew it, you're just like the others. I didn't mean to play with your feelings. I was just tired being made fun of and... Enough! I'm not going to take part of your stupid games. Oh my gosh. His hand swiftly snapped her hand, my booty trying to wrench herself away from him as he screamed. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'll never do it again. Please let go. It hurts. Oh my gosh. The vampire chuckled deeply as he twisted the broken hand, his fangs poking out. Dear little cuckoo bird, you just lost. I don't know, playing the band kind of makes me not like the character, the guy. But then again, you know what? I don't know. I mean, I could see why they're pissed, but I mean, the other one, she did kick him down there, and here, she slapped him. But like, realistically, I probably would have also done, would have been a little like, okay, calm down. We're not there yet. We barely met the guy, anyways. But anyway, let's continue. The same theme, basically. Okay, let's skip this, but this time let's do nothing. Let's accept the kiss, or what is this? We'll see. Let's see. Let's see. She slowly shut her eyes and noted how her heart speed up. She wasn't falling for his non-existent charm, only curious. He won't bite me. He had the chance. While I was asleep, maybe I can. I But swore she could feel it spread on her lip, on the lips, on her face. He was almost there. Any second, he could easily claim her lips. But I never came any closer. Did I get the wrong idea? Embarrassed, she quickly opened her eyes, staring both of them as the Lampir quickly slipped back up. Fush! That scared me! He was amused at her reaction, close in the distance. My buddy felt a soft kiss on her forehead, stunned. The look in his eyes made her want to retreat underneath the blanket like a small child. Okay, so we still got good in this part, so okay, that's nice. Let me save this. I didn't like the last one, but hey, we did nothing, right? Okay, so in this one we're gonna be violent in this part. So I guess till the end, if you do nothing, he's gonna hypnotize you. And this one, let's see. My buddy drew her hands out, pushing his face hard. Stop trying to multiply me! She didn't feel the glass sticking into her hands or hear how he cried out. Oh gosh, I'm trying to read this. All my buddy felt was her body slipping from the grip, her hair whipping her face. Well, I'm gonna fall down. And Lampir was holding his hands to his face, shrieking in pain. It took time for her to register the embedded shards in her hands with the broken frame. Wait, where the heck that came from? My buddy didn't get the chance to scream out. Okay. We just fell down, right? My buddy wristband had stopped responding. Pairing with subject was a failure. Contact the M's. Okay, the same thing. Okay. That's it. Well then guys, this is the end of What's Your Name? We just completed the Lampir's route and we found out his name. Well, and we also get to see the other endings of his too, so all the bad endings, worst ending, well there's only one worst ending, and a bunch of bad endings and the good ending. I don't know if I'm gonna make this a separate part video where each video I get to see different characters, or I'll put them all together in one video. But we'll see. But just for the sake of it, for now, this is the end of What's Your Name? We just played the Lampir's Route, and yeah, that is it. Let me know what you guys thought about this game. So far, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm still playing it, but there is some type of mystery in this game, honestly. I mean, the fact that the MCIP, like, what they're really up to. Maybe they just did to cover up the mythical creatures. Like, whenever they do something bad, they just covered it up. Who knows? Because it appears that main character doesn't really know exactly, like, you know, what's up. But anyway, this is it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.